This is Jill Simonello with Pickup Truck Plus SUV Talk, and today I'm here with the Lexus NX 450h Plus. That makes this a plug-in hybrid, and I've actually already reviewed the NX, so this is not going to be a review. Instead, what I'm going to do is a little quick hit video on 5 good things and 5 bad things on this vehicle specifically. So let's take a closer look right now. First things that I like about the Lexus NX is going to be the seating position. So right now I have the car off, but here I'm going to turn the car on and the seat moves forward just a little bit so that I am back in my original driving position, and I really like that. So it gives you a little bit of leeway to get in and out of the vehicle. And then as soon as you turn the vehicle on, or if you have the vehicle on and you hook your seatbelt, it puts you back in your original position, and I like that. I will also point out there are 3 different memory settings over here, which are also a nice bonus if you have more than one driver in your household. So mom, dad, teenager, you can set them all here. So I like everything about this right here. And I will point out, I also have a nice amount of distance from the base of the steering wheel to my breastbone, so I feel like I'm in a safe driving position, in addition to the fact that it always just puts me back where I need to be. All right, now I want to talk about things number 2 and 3 that I really like on the Lexus NX. And yeah, so here I am. I'm getting ready to park my car in my city garage. I'm driving through my alley. And as soon as I put the car into reverse to begin backing in, you have this great around view monitor here with the backup camera and dynamic guides there, but that isn't what I like. What I like is, as I begin to back up the vehicle, look what happens here. This car becomes invisible as the cameras are scanning what's underneath the vehicle. And it kind of gives you a really good idea so you don't back over anything, put a wheel in a pothole, or do anything silly. Now, the thing number 3 that I really like, as I'm backing up here, you will notice the chimes that let me know that I'm getting close to an obstacle. So here we go. Rather than a meh, 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 scary little beep, you have a nice little chime. And it gets faster as you get closer. And of course, then you get the obnoxious beep as it's really scared that you're gonna, back into a wall or something. But I love the around view camera. I love the invisible car aspect, and those chimes are just more pleasant than annoying. So that makes me want to keep them on, which is gonna help me in the long run to make sure I don't hit anything. So those 2 things, again, more thumbs up on the Lexus NX. Now the final 2 things on my like list are going to have to do with the powertrain. So this specific vehicle is the NX 450h Plus, which means it's a plug-in electric hybrid vehicle. And that also means that it has instantaneous torque when you're in electric only mode. So combined power output is about 304 horsepower, and it is all torque, again, when you're in all electric mode. So I really like the amount of power that you get from this vehicle. It makes those stop signs really fun. But I really like the power, and you're not sacrificing anything. I mean, you're sacrificing some charge, but you're not spending gas on that launch. And so it doesn't make me feel guilty about doing a hard acceleration out of a stop. And there are a lot of stop signs in Chicago. So I really like that. So piggybacking onto that, the final thing that I love about this plug-in electric hybrid vehicle is the fact that your fuel economy, regardless of whether you are using the gasoline engine or you're in electric only mode, is going to be really good. So in most of my daily driving, I'm just driving around the city. It's 2 miles to the gym. It's 2 miles to the grocery store. It's, you know, a couple miles here, a couple more miles there. And so for most of my driving, I don't need to use the gasoline engine. Now, I did do a couple drives out to the suburbs this week, and I did tap into the gasoline engine then, but even so, you're looking at 36 miles per gallon just for, you know, when you're in hybrid mode. So for an SUV with all-wheel drive and you're getting more than 30 miles per gallon when you use the gasoline, but really for most of the time, most of the driving that you do, you're only going to be using your electric motor and, you know, your plug-in charge. I love that. So this has 35 miles of range, and really, again, in most circumstances, that's enough for daily driving. So, power, fuel economy, win-win. It is now time to transition to the 5 things that I don't like on the Lexus NX, and yeah, to do that, we're gonna have to turn the camera around. Now, the number one most annoying thing about the Lexus NX is going to be this right here. Now, if you've watched any of Tim Estradal's videos on the Toyota Tundra, you've been following the saga that he has had with the infotainment system on that vehicle. This is the same one, and it appears to have some of the same issues. So I paired my phone. It has worked. It has worked, and as you can see, it says the connection with iGIL failed. So you have a couple of options here. You can hit cancel, but when you hit cancel, you wait here for a while, and that message is going to pop back up again. But the other thing that you can do is you can hit the retry button, and then it will spool and spool and spool, and yep, that message still pops up again. So the only options really you have to make this work are to unpair and repair your phone, or to plug into the USB port, and that is just really annoying. So there are definitely some glitches here with this infotainment system, and much as I really like how this looks and how it works, there's the message again. And much as I like how this looks and how it works, when it doesn't work, it's really flipping annoying. So I'd set navigation, and this basically covered my map, and I couldn't see where I was going, but thank goodness there's a head-up display up here that was telling me when to turn and what to do, because I couldn't see it on the map here. So that is the biggest thing that I do not like about the Lexus NX. Now, this right here is the second thing that I don't like about the Lexus NX, and that is going to be this wireless charger, which is not going to really keep your phone in place. And as soon as you turn a corner, your phone will slide like that, and it's no longer charging. You turn another corner, it slides like that, it's no longer charging, and so it goes. So there really needs to be a different surface down here to hold your phone into place, or another clip or grip on the other side, because, yeah, anytime you move the car, your phone's gonna move, and then it stops charging. That's annoying. Now, this third thing on my list is actually a bit of a bummer, because I usually put dual automatic climate controls on my like list. However, it makes the do not like list on the Lexus NX, and here's why. Okay, so I am perpetually cold. I always put my HVAC on high heat. My husband is perpetually hot, and he sets his HVAC as low as it will go, and yeah, very often he will turn on that vented seat as well. And yeah, you see I have the heated steering wheel and seat on too. But here's the problem. This does not work very well. I have my high heat on, and yet I am still getting cold air blown over from my husband's side of the vehicle. And when it's really cold outside and I am freezing, that sucks. I spent 4 hours outside yesterday in 32-degree weather, and all I wanted was some heat when I got in the car, and he wasn't that cold. So yeah, he was at 60 degrees, I was on high, and all I got was his cold air. So I don't know what was happening here that is blowing his cold air on me, but I don't like it, and it doesn't work very well. So I tried moving, the venting, from the feet to the face to both. I tried to turn the air up and down, and it didn't matter. It did not matter what I did. I was still getting his cold air, and he wasn't getting any of my heat. So that was no good. All right, for the fourth thing on my do not like list, it has to do with this right here. Now, this is one of those ideas that was a really good idea in theory, but in execution, somebody didn't think this through all the way. So what Lexus has done with this armrest is they've put a button on this side so that your passenger can open up the armrest cubbyhole, and they put a button on this side. However, they did not take into account somebody who might have a far forward driving position, because the button is right here, which means I can't reach it when I am in my driving position. Well, I know they were trying to do a good thing with having this flip up on both sides. Yeah, doesn't work for somebody who's petite. What I really wish they would do is just put the button here. And maybe like a button here and a button here, so if you wanted to flip it this way or that way. But yeah, this does not work. That does not get a thumbs up for me. It gets a thumbs down. Even though it was initially a really good idea, poor execution. All right, the final thing on my do not like list is kind of about the back seat, but not really. You can just kind of see it better from the back seat. This is a $60,000 car, and to me that's a little bit more on the expensive side of things, and there are a couple of things that are missing from a car that is this expensive. And the first thing is going to be the panoramic moonroof. You have a little moonroof that just covers the front seats, but you don't have anything that comes all the way to the back. Now, I will point out, panoramic moonroof is an option for $1,000, but I think that should be on a $60,000 car. Maybe that's just me. Now, the other thing that I think is missing is down here, and that is rear HVAC controls. So you have vents, yay, and you can control like the airflow, also a yay, but there are no heated seats, and there is no way to turn the heat up or turn the heat down in this back seat. So you are completely dependent upon your front seat people to manage your climate in this back seat. And if you're stuck behind my husband, who's got his HVAC set at 60, yeah, you could be in trouble on a cold day. So I don't like the fact that you don't have any rear seat HVAC controls, and yeah, what the heck. All right, that's it. That is all I've got on the Lexus NX 450h Plus. Be sure to check out our full first look review of the Lexus NX, and don't forget to follow us on the web at pickuptrucktalk.com. As always, thanks for watching, and I will see you down the road.